Good morning, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 9:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, June 14th, 2021. This is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. There's a Twitter link in the description below the video. If you click on that, you'll have access to all of my intraday updates and tweets throughout the day. If you want to click on this subscribe button below, it's the YouTube red button. I think it is. With that little bell next to it, you'll know when these videos come out. Even though they come out daily, they don't always come out at the same time. iExec RLC allocation, I'm in at $5. These are my price entry points. Nothing's changed. I have no exit points right now lined up. I'm going to see. Things are looking spicy, and I like spicy. Okay, so let's look at the equation that everyone should know. Every morning they wake up, this should be the first thought that pops in their head. iExec RLC is equal to Bitcoin multiplied by the strength of RLC to Bitcoin. Now, these are done in my local currency. I live in the United States, so I put USD here. You may live in Europe and you want to do the euro, you put EUR and you substitute these with EUR. If you do the rupee, you do INR, you replace this with INR. And then, of course, if you're in the grid in London, you would put GBP and GBP, or somewhere in the UK. So that's kind of like the overview of this. But now let's look at what drives the RLC to my local currency, which is Bitcoin to my local currency multiplied by the strength of RLC to Bitcoin. Let's go into the markets. Now, we bounced nicely off this yellow line. This yellow line that's been forming since the beginning of the year, late last year. This yellow line continues to respect, and respect it does. So let's go over here. Bounced off where I thought we would bounce off. We're back up here. I think we're going to rally here. I think we are poised for a rally. First of all, Bitcoin is rallying dramatically into the 40 to 42 range that I've long anticipated for. But let's also look at the other underlying crypto pair, which is RLC relative to Bitcoin, or what I call the inner strength of RLC. Now, we bounced off this line too. We're still in this band, this range that goes back. Now, if we go over here, we're definitely looking like a W pattern. Still, I feel very bullish on this one. Very, very bullish at this point. And we have to see this thing play out. We're still kind of consolidating here. But Bitcoin is certainly pulling us up dramatically, as is RLC. But I think Bitcoin's really doing the heavy lifting today. Now let's look at the other. Let's look at the other factor, the major factor of du jour, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's now 40,654. Every time I do a video today, it goes up another few hundred points. Well, this is exciting. Well, there's a couple of anecdotal things that are going on out there that honestly, it shouldn't be the reason why this thing's up, but it is. I guess, if you keep blasting Bitcoin down over time, the effect doesn't work as well. So to make the magnitude of a move happen, you have to change the direction in your outlook on something. So that's exactly what happened. Today, Musk came out saying that Tesla sold only 10% of Bitcoin off their balance sheet. In addition to that, he also is saying that he's now starting to be open-minded again about Bitcoin and allowing people to, which I think is insane anyway. I don't think it matters, but will allow people to buy Tesla with their Bitcoin. Okay, if they use 50% of clean energy or more. So honestly, I think that the big tell here is that he only sold 10% of holdings, and I think that because this is the last report, I think between the last report till now, there's probably been some buying. So it'll be interesting to see on the next report of what is exactly going on in terms of Bitcoin. Testing, by the way, selling things to test the market out, like in a real live market, this is a little sketchy. Slightly sketchy. We'll see what happens here. I don't know if there's going to be some, investigation on this kind of stuff, but, it's hard to tell. We're in new territory when it comes to cryptos. But this is another point from CoinDesk. CoinDesk talking about resistance at 42K. By the way, it wasn't too long ago that, and I'm going to draw these boxes back on here. It wasn't too long ago I talked about support between 40 to 42. This is when these boxes and this red text was drawn when Bitcoin was up here. So at the time, I felt very strongly that Bitcoin was going to take a pullback. It certainly did. In fact, it went a little further than I thought, down to the JP Morgan 50% drop scenario. However, I still feel that we're going to get back into what this was support is now resistance. I think we start getting back into this range here between 40 and 42, and then start breaking. Once we break out of 40, 42, we start trekking back up between 45, 47 range, and then from there we trolley on up to the 80,000 target that I have for my end of year prediction. Anyway, that's all I've got. Hope everyone has a good Monday. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.